Key findings.
In 2009, the qualitative study The Benefits of Development Centers for the Observer was carried out at a series of corporate development centers which took place in a multinational company, Pietrzak, 2009. After a prestudy and 6 intense, structured interviews following the grounded theory approach, a theory was formulated that there are a number of learning opportunities for observers at ACs. The identified learning themes were clustered into 3 different categories, covering knowledge learning, attitude learning and skills learning, which appear to be influenced by 2 learning modalities, implicit and explicit learning, and the AC setup and environment. It was found that during knowledge learning the observers acquire content which is operationally relevant for their observer role, like evaluation criteria, best practices for observation, feedback rules, developmental recommendations and information about standards and norms within the organization. Since the learning content is delivered as part of the observer training, this knowledge learning happens in the modality of explicit learning. The manager observers are made fully aware of the rules, norms and the content of the entire event, and should be able to express all of that verbally. Attitude learning happens during the AC, where observers state that the observations of the participants raised their self-awareness, as they continuously compared the observed behavior with their own strengths and weaknesses. In addition, they draw motivation from belonging to a team of managers, who are committed to the development of emerging leaders. Self-awareness, motivation and commitment could also be tagged as part of the learning modality of implicit learning, where task-relevant information is acquired automatically and without conscious awareness of what is being learned. Jackson and Jackson, 1995. This leads us to the conclusion that much of the attitude learning takes place in the learning modality of implicit learning, which happens outside of the awareness of the learner. This conclusion is of particular interest, as a change of attitude can be seen as the basis for long-lasting individual change, or even organizational change, as outlined in the concept of deutero learning, Argyris and Sean, 1996. Managers also stated that they improved in numerous skills during the AC. For example, they reported to be better observers, to communicate better, create and apply ideas on developing people and learn to improve their feedback skills. An important success factor for these individual learning experiences is the opportunity to immediately apply the learning and to put it right into action. Hence the formula for successful learning during an AC could therefore be summarized as learn what you will need over the next few days, and apply it instantly. In answer to the primary research question on the developmental benefits for the observer of a DC, it was concluded that observers benefit from their role during a DC for their individual development. Observers obtain important content and information to immediately perform their role at the DC, knowledge learning. They apply this knowledge and hence, acquire skills which are specifically needed for successful observation, communication, developing people and providing feedback. Observers also acquire insights from reflecting on their own behavior and the corporate standards, and they get inspired by the team spirit and commitment of other observers.